I'm Kirsten Parrish, and today we're going to be talking about mountains. What are they and how are they formed? Well, mountains are actually the result of the crust. If this is our Earth, the crust is the surface of the Earth, and then we have the mantle is a little bit below, and then the core of the Earth is in the middle. But the crust, anyway, how mountains are formed is the crust is actually made up of a lot of plates, several plates that kind of float around on the mantle. So whenever these plates float around, using my model again, they sometimes run into each other, they sometimes go away from each other, creating a fault, or they sometimes slide next to each other, depending on the pressure and the movement of the mantle beneath it. So, when we're talking about mountains, there are actually three types: folded, fault block, and domed mountains. So I have actually rolled out several colors of modeling clay to illustrate what folded mountains are. If these pieces of paper are going to represent the mantle moving beneath it, and this is the plate, and it's just one, actually, okay. The mantle, these are the plates, and this is the crust of the Earth on top. So whenever the plates move together, this is a folded mountain, the plates move together, we see that fold, and that's where the Earth rises up and we get our mountain shape right there. So that's a fold again. Do it again because it's fun. So our folded mountains are just like that, when the plates push together the crust and it builds up. So moving on from folded mountains, and just a side note, I made strata so you could see the different colors, because that's how the Earth's crust is. Moving on from folded, we're going to have fault block. And so, using a butter knife, I'm going to cut my modeling clay, if it will obey me. There we go. Kind of smooth those sides down a little bit. And using vegetable oil, I'm going to coat the sides of these plates with vegetable oil, and you'll see why in a minute. Give it another coat just to be safe. So using those two, now we're going to demonstrate what a fault block mountain is. So fault block mountains are whenever the two plates of the crust move together, and so, it's not cooperating. They move together, and when one slides on top of the other one, that is a fault block mountain. Whenever we see that there's a drop off in fault block mountains, and then the other side smoothly goes down, that's a characteristic of fault block mountains. It's whenever the two go close together and one slides a little bit on top, pushing the plate underneath lower into the mantle. So that's where our fault block mountains come from. Now our third type of mountain is a domed mountain. And for this, I'm going to use, don't know where it went, oh there it is, a lid, simple lid, use Frito's can, and more strata that I've created. This is going to be the surface of the Earth, the crust. Green, we'll put green side up because that's what color we typically see. I'm going to move it around the side. Now domed mountains occur whenever magma from the mantle seeps up into the crust and builds up under, pushing the crust upwards, forming that domed shape. It's like a pimple on the Earth's crust if you think of it that way. Anyway, so pushing it around this lid. So the magma for our demonstration is actually going to be Crest Pro Health toothpaste. Woohoo! And domed mountains either it is a domed mountain or a volcano is also a type of domed mountain, where the magma actually makes it through the crust of the surface and pours out the top. And so, putting our magma, our toothpaste, into the hole that I bored at the bottom, closed up a little bit. So squeezing this tube of toothpaste, we're going to see that dome shape. You can see it a little bit, it's not that dramatic. But the magma is pushing up through the hole in the bottom, through the hole in the crust, and it's actually pushing up to form that little dome. You can't really see it. I'll mash down the sides so you can see it. Here we go. So that's magma that has tried to break through, pushed up through the mantle, and then cooled in the crust so that now it is a part of the crust. But the crust on top of it has been pushed upward by the pressure, the tremendous pressure of the magma. So there we have it. We have our folded mountains, or more like this, and our fault block mountains, where one slides on top of the other, and our domed mountains, which create that little bit of a dome by the magma pushing up. 3 types of mountains. That's how they change the earth. That's what a mountain is. Thank you.